So you started up straight out of college.
Yes.
Right. Your formal work experience that you have at Upgrad came later, and that
Yes.
too Upgrad is a startup.
Yes.
Right. Do you think it's a good idea for people to start up in college? Like I've asked Akhil from Real Learning this,
Yeah.
and he felt that yes, like college is the best time to start up because you have no liabilities,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, college should not be just an attempt; it should be your best attempt.
Yeah.
But then I've heard Harsha from Swiggy talk about it, and he said that without the real world experiences that he had,
Yeah.
he doesn't think that it would have been a good idea for him
Yeah.
to start up in college.
Yeah.
So, in your experience, both for you personally and based on the companies that you've invested in, or like your awareness of the startup scene in India, do you think it's a good idea for people to start up from college or to get some work experience and then start up?
I mean, see, again, for all things startups, right, there's no template answer. Every
Right.
startup has a different journey and a
Sure.
different, it's very path dependent actually, the way life works. So it's hard to say ki what worked for this person will also work for this person or will also work for you, right? Like I had friends when I graduated who I knew were dumbasses. Like I would pray to God if they started a company, right? And I knew friends who are like super smart. Who it's not about that you're in college. It's about what have you been doing for those 5 years, right? Like we've funded companies now right out of college. There's kids coming out are super sharp, man. Like they've been coding for 5 years, right? So I mean, just because they're 22 years old doesn't mean they're inexperienced. They've already built 5, 10, 20 products before they even came to me, right? So for a person like that, I know this guy can build, right? There's no way that I'm taking a risk as a VC that if I fund them, they'll not be able to ship product, right? But if you come to me with, you've done nothing in the 4 years on campus, you got like okay CGPA and done some extracurriculars and like you're not sold anything ever, it's hard to believe that you'll be able to build a company, right? So I wouldn't look at if I'm a college student, I would ask myself this, that can I build stuff? Can I sell stuff? Do I have evidence or do I have any kind of track record of doing either of these? Are the two things you do as an entrepreneur, right? At the base of, these are the two things you need to do as a founder. At least in the first couple of years, that's all you do. You build and you sell. So if you have that, like I knew I could sell and Karthik could build. So we had that, we were clear about that, कि ये तो अपन कर लेंगे. So that confidence you should have on yourself, and you should be able to convince others also that yes, I can do this. So that's how I would look at it. Like, so it's not a boilerplate answer that yes, you should start up or no, you should not start up. It comes down to what life experiences you have had, and do you feel you have the skill set to do either one of these things or ideally both of these things.
Right. What do you think are good reasons to start up and bad reasons to start up, and what do you have to get right? Like we've spoken about this before. I work with you, so I know what your answer is going to be, but for everybody who's not watching, what are some things that you need to know before you start up? Like,
okay, so this is one of my favorite, as I told you. So the reason I started Nahi Disha was completely wrong.
Okay.
Right, what I just said, right, that we saw the Kinect and we were excited and we wanted to build something on it, so we went and built it, right? That is not why you should start a company, okay? Like, the only reason why you should start a company is that you see a problem in the world that you desperately know that this shouldn't exist the way it does. This needs to be fixed, okay? And I'm the guy to fix it, right? Like, if you can't help yourself but think that why does this problem exist? I know that it can be solved. I know there are thousands or millions of people who have the same problem that I do, or at least I've seen other people have that problem, and I'll solve that problem. And after that, you come to what the tech or the product would be that will address the problem.
Right.
Okay, so most founders, especially college founders, they all make this mistake where they first swear to themselves, I will start a company, which is what I did, right? And then they decide, okay, now what company should I start? So what they default to is what they know. Okay, like, so Charlie Munger has this saying that to a man with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Right? So why did we start a Kinect company? Because we knew how to program on the Kinect, right? So we said, okay, let's make Kinect game. We never asked, does the world need a Kinect based education game startup? It did need it, but doesn't mean it would have, like, so, you have to start from the problem first, then come to how you will address the problem, and not the other way around, that I'm going to do something in life and hence I will start a company. Yeah.
Right.
So again, there are companies that have been started like this, where there is a founder who decided that I will start a company. Okay, but then you will see that they have spent a lot of time cycling through various problems. You can do that approach where you say, I will be an entrepreneur, I will start a company. You can set up a team, 2 or 3 of you can do it, but don't commit to just start building something without first
You commit
clearly
to the problem,
you commit to the problem.
not to the solution
Precisely.
that you have.
Precisely. So you first commit to, okay, I will first find this one big hairy problem that exists in the world and that I can uniquely solve, and then I will start to build the solution for that problem.
Right.
So that is the only reason to start a company.
Right.
Because it looks very glamorous, right? That, oh wow, these people are raising millions in funding, they're coming on Economic Times, people come to take the interview and people podcast with them, etc. But the reality of it is, it's just very, very hard.
Right.
You are signing up for like 12 hours plus of work for maybe every day of your life, including every Sunday, every national holiday, your wife's birthday, your kid's birthday, everything. Like you are going to be working for like that for the next 5 to 8 years. Even if you don't want to, like you don't have a choice, because as a founder, right, everything in the company, at least in the first 2-3 years of the company, everything will fall on your desk. Because there are no people, there are no processes, everything is broken, right? You are just building, making it up as you go along.
It's a question of survival.
Yeah, so it's a very stressful journey, it's a very long journey, and you will not make it through if you genuinely care about that problem.
If you don't genuinely care.
Yeah, if you do something just because you want to start a company, you will not take that customer's call at Saturday night 11 p.m. or go meet some investor at Sunday morning 8. You will just feel, yeah, I can't do this anymore, right? So it's a unending, like there's this unending pain. Like there's no you after a point you just get used to it. That's just how my life is right now, and that's how I'll maybe you'll carve out some personal time after the second, third year, but at least first 3-4 years are brutal. Like there's just no other life you have, right? So you better love what you're doing. Otherwise there's just no point to it.